Crushing commercial branding and intellectual property, all in the name of public health. I'm Brian Lilly with TheRebel.media. They're coming for cigarettes and tobacco now, but what's next? That's my question. The latest moves from the federal government to restrict cigarette advertising mean that cigarette companies can't even put their logos, their branding, on their packages anymore. I'm not here to defend the tobacco industry. I don't smoke. I have the occasional puff on a cigar, but I'm not a cigarette smoker, haven't been. We already have huge restrictions on cigarette advertising in this country. We already have taken away most of the space on a pack of cigarettes and given it over to graphic warnings. There's very little in the way of branding, and even that's going to be taken away anymore. I don't know why. Most people in the stores, anyway, cannot see that branding. We have power walls in much of the country, or they've taken away the power walls. Cigarettes hidden behind cupboard doors, behind curtains, not allowed to see them lest anyone get the wrong idea. Smoking rates have been falling in this country. But when it comes to religion like public health, that's not enough. They need everybody on side. And so Health Minister Jane Philpott says plain packaging is the way to go. She claims she's starting public consultations, but she's also said this is the way they're going forward, and the concerns of industry be damned.
You might imagine it doesn't come as a surprise to us that there would be concerns from industry. Having said that, I will share the story with you that I spent last week at the World Health Assembly in Geneva, and one of the best sessions I attended was a session with a number of other health ministers talking about tobacco strategy. Two of the health ministers that were in the room were representing the United Kingdom and Australia, and you may know that Australia some time ago had a successful legal outcome, and the UK very recently had a successful legal outcome. So there's good evidence that gives us confidence. These are obviously in other legal systems, but the evidence is out there that public health, the needs to protect public health trump the realities of the industry.
All right, so I said my concern is what comes next. They're coming for more than just tobacco. They're starting with tobacco now, but will they soon move to say that this sort of thing is illegal? This is my San Pellegrino little aranciata. It's an orange Italian drink. I love these things. It's my version of pop, but it has sugar in it. And Minister Philpott at her news conference actually said she will consider plain packaging for sugar and other bad elements going forward. This is nanny state taken to an extreme. Now, if you follow the Overton window theory, it might be outside of acceptable now, but they're going to move it that way. This has sugar, so we need to regulate it. This has sugar, so we need to tax it. This has sugar, so we need to make sure that people don't see it in an attractive way. So they're coming for the cigarette makers now. They'll come for the chip makers and the soda pop makers later on. This is all part of an attempt to control how we consume what we choose. It's an attempt to take away choice by making the choice less attractive. Is that really the role of the federal government? Is that really the role of any government? Each of us is put on this earth with the ability to make our own choices. Each of us is put on this earth with the ability to learn what's right, what's wrong. I know that this is not the best choice for me, but I have one once in a while. It's not going to do me any harm. That's how most people operate. But because some don't operate that way, the nanny state needs to look after all of us as if we're children. It's a bit too far. It's also par for the course for Trudeau's Liberals. Like I said, you don't have to be a smoker to know that what they're doing here is wrong. I expect court cases on this. Minister Philpott expects court cases on this, but she's hoping that our courts go the way the Australians have, go to the way the British have, and say public health must trump any commercial or intellectual property rights. I hope she's wrong.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of The Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.